Hey there, guys, and welcome back to another renovation. I once again took like 20 minutes to figure out this layout, so I cut that out. I always have this idea in my head, and when I try and put it into a layout, it never works. So I often have very long times just trying to get out like this layout looking nice. I think this one was like 20 minutes total or something. And I kind of had this idea with these countertops. I was using them in something else, and I was like, it'd be kind of cool to do kind of like a old farmhouse, grandmother's house, a kind of apartment. And I wanted to do it for a grandmother and a teen, kind of like the teen daughter came to live with the grandmother. And so I kind of made it along the lines of kind of like that old like farmhouse kind of feel and kind of just like I don't know, like when I think of an older person's house, this is kind of what I think of, like the older looking cabinets and a bunch of kind of stuff. Like at one point you'll see I put some shelves and it's just filled with a bunch of like knickknacks. Because as the years go by, you collect all these interesting things, and I kind of wanted to incorporate that into the build as well. So the kitchen I'm kind of doing with this blue theme, the blue and the white, and trying to make it not too over the top, but also kind of keep it very I can't think of the word, like not cluttered, but looks like, she's had a good life and collected a bunch of nice things. And I wanted the table to be kind of small and kind of I can't even think of the word. Um, kind of cozy. And then I did the big rug that kind of matched, and because before the daughter lived here, it's just her, so it's kind of her space, and there's no need for a dining room table that fits eight in this build. And so, like, I was just trying to get some of the decor right and move things around, and I was having trouble just because I really didn't know what to add in because I didn't want it too modernized. And this is the shelf with all the different things that I put on it. And I should love this. It really reminded me of kind of my stuff at my parents' house. I still have a few things there. And this is kind of what my space looked like. It was very kind of filled with all these things I've collected, and I just like that kind of feel. And the wall plant, I had wanted a plant there, but I didn't really know how to put one there that wasn't too big. So I just went with that wall grass plant. I don't even know what it's called right now. And then I decided I wanted this kind of cute little shelf there instead, and then I put some vases down. I was gonna call them bottles. They're not bottles, they're vases. I don't even know anymore. And then this car, I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." I remember at my grandparents, they used to have some of these like older car kind of things for a while. I don't know if they still have them, but I remember just seeing them and I always wanted to play with them. They also at my grandparents have a lot of old bottles, like the real old, colorful bottles, and they're all over the house. And I I just love that kind of feel of, collecting something and using it as your decor. And while it seems like clutter to some people, like it really makes the feel of the house. And then I decided I didn't want to do the white. I wanted to have like a wallpaper, and this older wallpaper just fits so well. I loved it. And then I couldn't figure out what fireplace I wanted. I was like, "Oh, this one looks good. This one looks good." And I thought about using this log wall art to make it look like there were logs on the wall, but it just didn't fit in this build. So I removed them and just made a little tiny living space instead. I loved the old photographs. It kind of just made me think of how like grandparents have photos of like their kids and their family and everything on the wall, and I really liked that. So there's a lot of photos in this house, or a lot of wall decor. And so then I was just kind of trying to figure out what exactly I wanted in this small little living space because I do have a study that's also turned into kind of a music room towards the end, which you will see when we get there. So I didn't want to do a whole like bunch in here, but also the study is mostly a music area, so I wanted the bookshelves. And also, if they're anything like my family, they have a complete library in my grandparents' house. So, like, just a room filled with books. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. I couldn't figure out what lighting I wanted. I wanted something different than just the normal overhead light. And so I went with a light above the fireplace, which I think I shifted over for the TV and a floor lamp. And I was just having trouble, like, figuring out how I wanted it to look. And I actually really loved how this room turned out. It's probably my favorite room in the entire house. And I don't know, I was really struggling with like the rugs and everything because I love funky rugs, but funky rugs weren't really working with this build. So I was just kind of picking and choosing as I went along. And I think I went with kind of a yellow theme more for the teens' bedroom. This is where we're at. I lost my train of thought. That's fine. In the screenshots, you'll see she already has laundry on the floor. And I was like, sounds about right for a teenager. For my screenshots, I let the people kind of run loose. And if they're in photos, they're in photos. And if not, they're not. I don't try and like set things up and take photos of them set up. I just kind of let it happen. I mean, maybe I should do that because then it kind of gets the feel of it a little bit more. So I'm debating on that for the next one. And I just covered her room in posters. I thought it was kind of a good way for the kind of like teen thing was posters. I had an entire wall of my bedroom covered in posters for quite a few years. And I did one wall with the big mirrors because it was a small room and I like how mirrors, especially big wall mirrors like that, can make a room look much larger. So that's kind of why I went with that. And then the grandmother's room was just kind of simple with a little chair by the window and this little sideboard with some stuff on it and some stuff on her dresser. And I can't remember what I did with the walls. I know I put quite a bit on the walls, but I guess we'll see. But I was trying to find the perfect decorations because she wasn't really like the teen had all the makeup stand and stuff on it. And that wasn't really what I was going with the grandmother. And I was just like, I don't really know what to put on this. And so then yeah, I did put some older looking photos and a mirror and some kids art because I thought that was kind of cute as like kids sends the grandparents some art and hang it up, which I thought was adorable. So I went with that and kind of did some more photo frames and make it look like they have family photos on the wall. I debated on taking some photos of the two of them and hanging them up, but I didn't take the time for that. And then this bathroom is kind of the main bathroom. There's kind of it's a washroom. It has the laundry room and a bathtub in the other section of the house because I thought it'd just be kind of nice to have just like a small bathroom and then the tub in another room. It kind of fit a little better, and also I didn't really know what to do with this room over here because I had designed it thinking it might be the study, and then I made the study elsewhere, and I was like, wait, I can't remember what I was going to do with this. So I made it into like a little laundry room with the bathtub. I thought it was kind of cute because, how often is a laundry room used versus a bathroom, so you'd have a lot of privacy for a tub. And just kind of, added the details and everything. And I did like how this one turned out. I kind of used like a brick for the wallpaper and it looked awesome. I really liked this one a lot. I didn't really know what to put on the walls because I didn't want to put too much. And usually for something like this, I'd like to have usually like a window or something. And there was no window in that one, obviously. and I had to add some more money because I realized I was low. So I did that quickly, and then the teen wants to be musical. I a musician, not I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. So I kind of did half the study as like a desk with some of the like the grandmother's older things and some flowers, and then the rest of it just ended up being like the teens' music space. And I thought that worked pretty well actually. And I really kind of liked how it turned out. It took me a while to like this room, but I did like how it ended up in the end. So I know we're getting towards the end at this point. So the screenshots I think will be next. I think I add just a few things into the hallway, and that I don't know why that was paused there, but I add a few things into the hallway. But other than that, it's just going to head into the screenshots. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed how it turned out. And thank you for watching. Bye, guys.